The island of Sodor was busy as usual. Nothing but engines running up and down the lines and shunting in the sidings, making sure each train was organized and properly uncoupled and sorted away. Although things were different now, decades have gone by, and a lot of the Tidmouth engines were getting on in their old age. Even young sprites like Thomas or Percy celebrated their 65 years of service with the others. Predominantly on the island now, a lot of diesels were there. But it was nothing malicious about it, just the times were a-changin'. Thomas was talking to Edward about it in the sheds one afternoon. 65 years, wow. I can't believe it. Even just saying the number is an anomaly to me, says Thomas. I remember it like it was yesterday. That I thought I was pulling a train but found no train behind me. Do you remember that day, Edward? Oh, to be young and full of excitement, only to screw up after a bout of delusional confidence, Edward chuckles. Honestly, I think delusional confidence is good for you when you're young and you do something wrong. Pushes you to try harder and not dwell on past mistakes. Instead, learn from them, Thomas says. The two engines stare out towards the main line, watching new high-speed intercity diesels charge down the line, back and forth between the mainland and the island. How is Gordon enjoying his retirement? Thomas asked. Oh, he's restless, said Edward. He may be 73 years old, but he still has the energy of an engine 40 years younger than that. So I take it he's a bit stir-crazy, comments Thomas. Edward chuckles. Yep, but I don't blame him. Some 30 years ago, when I was at that age, I thought the same. No matter how old I got, I still felt like I had something to prove. Edward pauses, dramatically. But I've reached acceptance. I'm old. Gordon's old. Even you, Thomas. It makes you question our mere existence. Oh, I don't bother with any of that nonsense, Thomas replies. Though I've heard theories and other experiences, mostly by less fortunate chaps who have met their ends, whether it be abandonment or scrap. Like, where do we go? I mean, after our boilers are melted down and turned into something like the steel lids to metal rubbish bins, or pots and pans, or even a tea kettle, Thomas chuckles and states. I remember an old-timer saying that the very essence of our minds, depending upon how morally sound or immoral we were in life, gets sent somewhere. Two different places exist, Edward says with a deep thought. Thomas raises an eyebrow to Edward. You mean like a heaven or hell? Thomas asks. Somewhat, replies Edward, but we're different. If you were hardworking and behaved well when you were alive, you go to this place called the Rails Beyond. Think of it as a utopia, a perfect heritage line. Nothing but peace and harmony amongst yourself and your peers. A happy ending, Edward says fondly. And if you were callous and wicked in life, Thomas questions. Edward's expression changes, looking towards the sky. His mouth curls into a blank expression. If you were any of those things, says Edward, you go to a place called the Badlands. Think of it as an endless desert, where your wheels are buried in sand. You can't move. The sun is so hot, and the air is so arid with salt. Your paint boils, and the salt eats away at your metal. A slow, painful eternity. Just listening to the other engines who have run along a path of maliciousness cry out, scream for help, and wail in agony, finishes Edward. Thomas was now a bit worried. What if you misbehaved in your past? and that somehow counts as you being callous, would you get sent to the Badlands in the afterlife? If you're referring to any one of our youthful mistakes or foolishness, I wouldn't worry, Thomas. Just like people, we sometimes make poor choices and bad judgments. Anyone can make a mistake. But if we learn from it, then we won't have to worry. That eases Thomas's mind, and he and Edward carry on looking at the dipping sun in the west as Henry runs by with a small train of coaches filled with happy tourists and enthusiasts visiting the island. The two engines just watch the dusk slowly fade into the night sky, uncertain about their futures in the next 5 or even 20 years, but can only look forwards to it with bittersweet optimism.